Hello everyone! In today's video, I will talk about two new upcoming heroes. In the event calendar, if you look closely, you can see two new heroes and one upcoming skin. If you played beta version of this game, you can recognize them easily. First one is the infamous fighter Guan and the other one is Yun Zhongjun the assassin. I included their top builds and arcanas in the end section of this video. Let's talk about Guan first. Guan is a legendary Chinese general known for his bravery and loyalty, often depicted with a big shiny sword and riding a red horse named Red Hare, which was a symbol of his military prowess and bravery in battle. The two have become inseparable figures in Chinese folklore. They made this hero based on the historical character of China. As a fighter, Guan is one of the best hero in this game. Guan passive ability is called Charge. When he moves around, his movement speed gradually increases, and after moving a certain distance, he enters a charge stance. In this stance, his attacks knock back enemies and deal extra damage, and he moves faster towards enemies. But if his movement speed is reduced, he needs to accumulate the required distance again to activate the charge stance. Guan first ability is called Wave Strike. When he uses it, he spins his broadsword and deals physical damage to nearby enemies. If he is in his charge stance, he charges forward and deals heavy physical damage, and then slashes forward at the end to deal additional physical damage. Guan second ability is called Courageous Charge. When he uses it, he whistles and cancels any control effects on himself. He also gains a movement speed boost for 2 seconds. If he is in his charge stance, he can also release himself from control effects and jump forward to knock back enemies, dealing physical damage. Guan ultimate ability is called Heavenly Charge. When he uses it, he reduces the distance required to activate his charge stance by 75% for 10 seconds. If he is in his charge stance, he can summon his Iron Cavalry to rush forward and knock back enemies, dealing physical damage based on a percentage of his physical attack and maximum health. The recommended gameplay for Guan is to move around and accumulate distance to enter his charging state before each battle. You can control the direction of your skills using the joystick at this time. Use your first ability for damage output, and your second ability to cancel control effects after the enemy has used their own control skills. Your third ability can be used to either protect your teammates or to initiate a team fight. Overall, focus on using your charging state to deal damage and control the battlefield, while being mindful of when to use your abilities to protect yourself and your allies. Overall, Guan is a great warrior in honor of kings, with a diverse set of skills that allow him to deal damage and control the battlefield. However, he also has some weaknesses, such as his dependence on entering his charging state, and his vulnerability to control effects. He can be quite challenging to master, but once you learn how to use his abilities effectively, you can dominate on the battlefield. Yun Zhongjun is the next upcoming assassin. He has very unique playstyle and skills. He can fly around the map with ease. Also, he can fly over any kind of obstacles or walls very easily, which makes him very easy to roam around maps. Yun Zhongjun's first ability allows him to flap his wings and accelerate, diving towards his target and tearing them apart, while causing short-term dizziness and physical damage. The dive also has the ability to deter the hit target. If the target cannot leave Yun Zhongjun within a certain range, they will continue to receive damage from him. However, if the target manages to get away from him, the damage Yun Zhongjun receives will be reduced. Yun Zhongjun's second ability allows him to spread his wings and dance, which generates a wind that bounces off any control effects, freeing him from control effects. Additionally, he shoots feather arrows in all directions, damaging all nearby enemies. If he successfully bounces off a control effect, he will also restore some of his breath, which is essential for maintaining his abilities and staying in flight. Yun Zhongjun's ultimate ability allows him to remove all negative effects and become untargetable for a short period of time. During this time, he recovers some breath. After the delay, he dives down and hits the target in the center of the flying center, causing physical damage and adding a layer of claw marks. Then a shower of feathered arrows rains down, causing additional physical damage for a period of 2 seconds. Yun Zhongjun is strongest when he is flying and attacking his enemies. However, if he misses his attack, he shouldn't continue fighting and should retreat until he has another opportunity to attack. Using his first skill in a smart way can also help him stay in the air longer and continue fighting. Yun Zhongjun, the Master of the Sky, is a highly mobile and versatile assassin who is an absolute beast when he's in gold advantage. If you're playing as jungler, your first priority should be to farm as much as possible to get his core items. But don't just stick to your own jungle. Roam around the map and steal the enemy's jungle creeps or buffs. With Yun Zhongjun's high speed and agility, you can escape from almost any situation, making him the perfect candidate for a sneaky jungle invasion. However, don't forget that Yun Zhongjun is a squishy jungler, which means that any burst damage will take him down instantly. So when you're planning your next move, make sure you don't rush into a team fight without thinking it through first. Overall, Yun Zhongjun is a highly entertaining and enjoyable hero to play as, and his abilities allow him to dominate the battlefield if used correctly. Now let's talk about their build and arcanas. So what do you think about these heroes? Let me know which hero you want the most. And as always, thank you for watching.